sponsored by Karen Dolan and J. Reynolds.
Comments? Mr. Reynolds?
I actually have a question then, but I'll make some comments first. I do want to thank everyone for the presentation tonight, Mr. Parks and Mr. Rhodes. I thought that I was sitting over there talking to Councilman Dolan, and we both agreed that we thought it was, we think it's a wonderful project. And I think if a lot of people said, 10, 15 years ago that all the development would be going on down there, a lot of people would say that it would never happen. I also think that some credit should go out to both Northampton County and the administration, who has worked for a better financial deal for the city. I think that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, I'm not sure if there's a question for Mr. Peck or Mr. Rhodes or Mr. Spurk, but when Mr. Angle was here and he said the thing about the school district, the new potential financial, this financial agreement, do you have a number for what the school district will be saving with the new potential financial agreement versus gaining? I'm sorry. Gaining between the proposed one that we're to vote on and the current TIF deal. Darryl?
You can go, as long as you're on mic. You can still go to mic.
I guess putting it in context, the screen that was up before you tonight showed that with this subsidy or rebate proposal, the city would garner an additional $3.8 million. Is that the reference point you're trying to make?
No, I was actually asking what the school district.
Right. I was trying to put in a reference point to
Yes.
to the city, where the city's going to garner an additional $3.9 million over the remaining life. The school district will garner additional $12 million over the remaining life.
Okay, thank you. Once again, I can only speak as one Bethlehem School District taxpayer, but I know all of us up here are, and I know most people are out in the audience, and I certainly hope that they will take a look at that $12 million that they would be gaining and come along. I also think I asked Mr. Sivak, who I do not believe is here anymore. I asked him in between meetings there about what the current, what we currently get from that assessed value down there, and he told me the estimate. Mr. Rucker can disagree with me, but he told me the assessed was approximately what we get as far as tax revenue is concerned is $120,000. But that the potential in 2020, when this deal runs out, is we're looking at over $1 million more there, and that's not taking into account any increases in assessed value or any potential millage increases by any of the taxing bodies. I also think that, just one point before, I think that schedule that was brought into question, I believe that is current. Once again, I may be wrong here, but I think that those assessed values, it's all public information as is, because it's on file with Northampton County. So while we didn't have it in one kind of condensed version, all of that information in that schedule, I believe is public information, which is why the point was made that Northampton County already had that information. Also, a comment that Mr. Rhodes said before about the biggest liability we face here is if the casino shuts down. I think that it's that's a part of the pun. That's a bet I'm willing to take. I think that we're in good shape there. And also, I just think we've invested so much money into the south side, 3rd, 4th Street. Obviously, there's been a lot of private development over there, and I think the potential here to create more foot traffic and to put more people on the streets there, and to have more people coming to Bethlehem, and the idea that we can do this. And I ran into Mr. Parks the other day when I was out for a run. He told me, it's hard work, but they're getting there. And the fact that we can do this in 2010 in this economy is a testament to all the parties involved. And I think that Bethlehem has a lot to be proud of, and I think going forward we have a lot to be excited about. So I will definitely be a yes vote, and I think that hopefully with this board potentially passing this tonight, it will add some momentum to it. And I know what Mr. Anglin said before, but I do believe there's 9 people on the school board, and all of them will have to vote on Monday or whenever that meeting is. So I hope that they listen to the taxpayers and realize that gaining, that they will see a $12 million and vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go down the table. Mr. Mauer?
I will vote for.
Thank you. Mr. Evans, any comments?
Sure, yes. I do think this is a project of tremendous vision. I've seen it a lot. I've toured it. I visited both by myself and with different groups that are putting this together. I've watched presentations. I have read updates. I've asked questions along the way. So I am comfortable with it. And I think the question we have before us tonight is the rebate is not going to change the project necessarily. It's not going to shut down or start the project. That it's allowing us to take out more money, or to, you would say, gain more money, have more money released. We're looking at the fact that the SANS, the tax dollars are more than we had hoped or projected in the year 2000, a long time ago, that the money is available, and the time when we need it the most, that we are able to look at this rebate agreement and change it so we can take out more, because there's more there. There's more available to fund a project that's going to really revolutionize or transform the western side of the district. That's going to help us. It's going to create an anchor. It's going to bring all kinds of foot traffic. It's being developed by credible groups. When you hear the names PBS or Arts Quest, with Mr. Parks' reputation bringing in tens of millions of visitors, and the economic impact is undeniable over the last couple of decades, what he's been able to get and what he's been able to do for our city. I think we need to leverage his talents. The groups, the amenities are obviously terrific. The markets, the festivals, the performances, the programming, the energy it's going to bring to the city will definitely pay off economically. Construction jobs at 160, the permanent positions at 100, PBS bringing 150 jobs. It's absolutely going to act as an anchor and spur development. When you look at that western side of the district now, and you walk the district, which I have a lot, and you look down there, there's really not anyone that's going to be willing to step in right now, private investment-wise, in this economic environment and the condition that the property is in and the unkept land. When you look at what this project will do, it's going to certainly act as an anchor that's going to spur that private development. There are going to be groups looking to add on. They're going to want to be connected to this. The project itself projects 800,000 people. That's going to increase activity all along the corridor, up and down, not just in the TIF district, but up and down the south side and up on the 378 and up and down 412. So I think tonight, really what we're looking at is, do we want to use that additional money that is being used, that money that's being created is able to pay for this? That's not a problem. Do we want to take the additional money that could sit in the TIF to be used for projects later? Or do we want to move some of that into our coffers? I think this year they're projecting, if I'm correct, the numbers I'm looking at, Mr. Spurk, we collect $120,000, Mr. Riker. If we would approve this rebate, we would collect $677,000 in this calendar year for the city of Bethlehem, and we would collect up to $505,000 for the next 10 years. So rather than sitting in the TIF agreement, we're able to use it for 10 years. There's still enough money to comfortably pay the proposed debt service, and at the end of the day, we're going to have the eastern and western side all in position to put private development and really get it going. So I like all parts of this. I support the project. I support the resolution before us tonight. I think it's a win on many fronts, and I think within 1 year, the transformation that's going to take place down there, it's going to be an amazing sight. I think it's good for the taxpayers as an amenity, a place to go and see. It's very exciting. It's a family-friendly, but even economically, I think the impact is undeniable. We need to take advantage of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Dolan?
Thank you. I want to begin by thanking the team that put together the whole presentation. It was really informative, and I really want to thank you for your candor when we asked you questions. I really appreciate that. I think at this point we have an understanding of the benefits, and we also have an understanding of the risks, and I'm sure we all invest in something, and you have to make that decision. Are you going to take some risk? And I think that TIFs have done very well for this area. We've done very well by TIFs for a long time, for quite some while. And I feel good that moving forward, this will be successful too. I just want to address the question of whether we need more time. Some people have said we're rushed. And I just want to share with you that for years, as long as I've been on council, and I'm sure since this began in 2010, we are provided on a regular basis, a timely basis, detailed information about anything related to TIF district agreements. And I just brought this along so you could see it. The Martin Tower TIF is coming up, and we already have mountains of stuff on the Martin Tower TIF, and we got this on Friday. So this is, and there's another one like this for the one on the south side. I think there's more than one like this for the south side as the years have gone on. So we've had no shortage of information. And in fact, when two new council members, Dave DiGiacinto and Eric Evans, came on, President Donchez initiated and got together for all of us a really well done, I don't know if you remember this, but a really well done educational document explaining TIFs. So he was doing that because he knew that these new members had to get up to speed, but out of courtesy you sent the information to all of us, and I keep that document with all of my TIF stuff because anytime we're confused, it really made it clear how it works. Then, especially after hearing the answers to Councilman Donchez's 19 questions.
Mr. DiGiacinto.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. I wrote Donchez down, that's why I said that. I'm reading my own mistake. To Councilman DiGiacinto's 19 questions, I feel certainly prepared. Finally, I want to say what's really in my heart, my real reaction to this, which is that the architectural and the program changes that you shared with us tonight, and I have to tell you, I've seen this live presentation before and been to many events where I've been educated on what's going on, but it seems to be coming together even more than I'd ever seen it in the past, and it was so spectacular. I couldn't help thinking about my sister, my older sister, who has bugged me for years because she hoards all of the family events because she lives 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C., which she thinks, well, that's the best place to gather. And I think the next time I get her here to Bethlehem, we're going to be having Thanksgiving here in Bethlehem and going to Chris Kindle Mart and hanging out at Steel Stacks. And I won't gloat, but I am really proud of how this project is going to enhance the beauty that Bethlehem already has. It fits in. And it will enliven our programs and it will grow our programming, which is wonderful especially for our youth. And in addition, it's going to add a huge injection of highly creative thinkers, all these folks that are going to be hired. I love that you're going to give jobs to local musicians. I like that you've clearly carved out a niche for our local musical community. And I love the educational opportunities and was really, really happy to hear about them tonight. So it's with enthusiasm that I will vote yes tonight.